Desuggestopedia. What is desuggestopedia? It is an approach whose primary objective is to tap the extraordinary reserve capacities we all possess. This method puts importance on desuggesting limitations on learning. This method was created by Dr. Georgy Lizanov, and it is an illustrative method, an approach in which there is respect for students' feelings. Desuggestopedia, the application of the study of suggestion to pedagogy, has been developed to help students eliminate the feeling that they cannot be successful or the negative association they may have toward studying, and thus to help them overcome the barriers to learning. One of the ways the students' mental reserves are stimulated is through integration of the fine arts.
Roles of the teacher in this approach: first is to help students eliminate and overcome the barriers of learning and increase their communicative ability. Every student has its own different fears in terms of speaking or learning language. That fears could be a barrier in learning. So the teacher's goal is to take away that fear or to overcome that fear so that the student have a confidence to speak. Second is the teacher should integrate indirect positive suggestion into the learning situation. It is important for the students to hear a positive comment, even though he is not so good in speaking. If a teacher give him encouragement words to continue or to do better in terms of learning language. These two goals of teacher should be achieved in learning a language.
In peripheral learning, we perceive much more in our environment than to which we consciously attend. When there is unity between conscious and subconscious, learning is enhanced.
Fine arts. One of the ways the students' mental reserves are stimulated through integrations of the fine arts, which are music, drama, or paintings. Fine arts enable suggestions to reach the subconscious. The arts should therefore be integrated as much as possible into the teaching process. Fine arts provides positive suggestions for students. Dramatization is a particularly valuable way to playfully activating the material. Fine art is a good way to reduce barriers to learning. In an atmosphere of play, the conscious attention of the learner does not focus on linguistic forms, but rather on using the language. Next, enjoy learning. The teacher gives the students the impression that learning is easy and enjoyable. Learning can be fun. A great deal of attention is given to students' feelings in this method. One of the fundamental principles of the method is that if students are relaxed and confident, they will not need to try hard to learn the language. It will just come naturally and easily. It is considered important in this method that the psychological barriers that the students brings with them can be desuggested.
The presentation, the teacher will have helped the students to relax and more into positive frame of mind, with the feeling that his learning is going to be easy and fun. The teacher will also involve the active presentation of the materials to be learned. For example, in a foreign language course, there might be the dramatic reading of a piece of text accompanied by the classical music. The student is now invited to relax and listen to some baroque music or classical music with the text being read very quietly in the background. The music is specially selected to bring the students into the optimum mental states for the effortless acquisition of the materials.